After installing and logging onto DocAv, in order to ensure that you can create your plans and then schedule and run those plans, you want to make sure that the manager and agent services are all up and running. Remember, in DocAv, the manager service is in charge of presenting you with the interface and allowing you to click through the tools, setting up the plans, and then saving them. The agent services are there to actually carry out the jobs. They're essentially the workhorses in this partnership that take directions from, report back to, and interact with the manager services. So really, if any of them are offline for whatever reason, especially if you have them dispersed across multiple systems, then you may run into some issues. In order to verify that your manager and agent services are running, we go into the DocAv control panel. In the control panel, over on the left-hand side under System Settings, and then under Monitor, we have Manager Monitor and Agent Monitor. Let's take a look at the Manager Monitor first. In the Manager Monitor, over on the left-hand side, we can see the names of all the different manager services, and we can also see where each service is installed. Remember, in your DocAv configuration, you can put services on different machines if you choose to spread out some of the workload. In a large enterprise environment, you may even have multiple control services on different machines for load balancing and for fault tolerance. Out towards the far right, we can see the version numbers, and we can see the individual ports that are being used by those services. As long as I see green arrows, I know that everything is up and running, and if I was to see red down pointing arrows, that would tell me that service was offline. Typically, the way you realize that a service is offline is actually not by coming in here, but by seeing some type of pop-up on a different screen. If I'm trying to save a plan, for instance, DocAv may give me a pop-up to say, you can't do that right now because I can't reach the control service. That tells me that I should come in here into the control panel, try to open up this window, and take a look at what the status is. Troubleshooting a down service typically involves logging onto that individual machine, pulling up the services console in Windows Server, and then verifying that that service is running. Even if it does show as running, a good way to troubleshoot is to just take that service down, stop the service, and then relaunch the service. Before doing so though, it's also a good idea to go in and check in the job monitor to see if any plans are currently active. If something is active and running, you may not want to stop the service. You may want to wait until that plan completes, come back in here and check the status again, and if it still seems to be reporting offline, that's when you can go and log on to that machine, whether it's physical or virtual, pull up the services console, and restart the service. If we close out of there and take a look at our agent services over in the Agent Monitor, we can see that we have a lot more services than manager services, which is not at all uncommon. Especially in a large on-premises enterprise SharePoint deployment, you would install one of these agents on each one of your SharePoint web front ends, and possibly other machines as well. So you may end up having quite a few agents and not that many manager services actually running. For any services that are showing down, we can do a little bit of troubleshooting in here. If I come over, I can see the version for this one that's down is fine, but the farm name is showing NA. So that might mean that that farm is offline. I should go and check and see if that farm is running. I should also just go and verify that this machine itself is online. If that machine is off, that would explain no communication with this agent. For this other one, we can see the farm, so that machine actually might be online, but I can see an inconsistent version here, which will also sometimes cause an agent to not be able to properly communicate with DocAv. Though not all the time, because I do have one in here that is one service pack back. So again, we would verify that the farm is running, go make sure that machine is online, and if it is, open up the services console, look for the agent service, and verify if it is down or not. Even if it looks like it is started and running on that machine in the services console, it would be a good idea to restart it, come back into DocAv, close the agent monitor, open it back up again, and see if that clears. It also might be a good idea to log off of DocAv and log back on as well, just to make sure it's reestablishing that reporting communication with the manager services. Thanks for watching this short video on how to verify that your DocAv Manager and Agent services are running.